here's the house that I said I might lose money on. So stay tuned and I'll tell you more about the deal. What's up, guys? My name is Graylan Stewart, virtual wholesaler, flipper, buy and hold guy, novations, creative finance, real estate investor. So thanks for joining me. This is a video I did about this house several months ago about potentially losing money. Now, I refuse to lose money on a deal. So the only real way you lose money on a deal is if you bought it and then you're in it for more than it's worth and you sell it for a loss, right? Well, I'm not selling it. I definitely am at this point in it for more than it's worth. Sorry, motorcycles passing by. Don't mind me, just YouTube video, no problem. Okay, so as you can see, it's fully remodeled now. The outside looks amazing. We are in November now. What is today? It's like the 8th or so, 10th, I don't even know. We're close to mid-November at this point. I bought this house of June of 2021. So we didn't technically start it until January, but nevertheless, it's taken us almost 11 months to complete this project. Now, there was a lot more to it than anticipated originally, because at first I thought I can get the deal done for about $50,000. So here's the numbers currently, and I'm not done spending money all the way, especially since it's actually going to be an Airbnb. So there is ongoing costs. However, at this point, here's the numbers, okay? So I bought it for $101,000 plus closing costs. So I was in it for $103 after closing. And at this point, I've put about $148 into it. So do the math on that. I'm in it for, I don't know, $260-ish. Is that right? Yeah, about $260 or so, somewhere in that ballpark. Now, a few months ago, as you know today, the market is changing, right? It has changed. It's going down, right? Not a ton, but it's changed at least 20% in this area. So I think this house I could have pushed a $300,000 ARV probably at one point, but as of now, probably lucky if it's 240 to 250 right now. And theoretically, honestly, the actual ARV when I comped this out about 3 months ago was about 268 or so, somewhere in that ballpark. So basically I was at a break even then, but now that the market shifted a little bit, it's probably closer to 240, somewhere in there if I'm lucky. Now, I have a private money loan on this property. For the first year it was only 3%, so I had it really low. Once it rolled over, she did it for 7%, but only 6 months the second time. So I rolled it over in June, obviously, of this year. So basically I have till the end of this month before my note expires again. So luckily we are 99.9% done with this house. Literally 99.9. Still got some things in the backyard since it is an Airbnb. Making it fun. Loud truck. Trying to make it fun back there. Got a horseshoe game set up. Got 3 different wind sails. Got outdoor furniture, got a grill, got a cornhole set. So it's gonna be a fun, backyard, just a little destination. 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. So originally, like I said, I thought I could do this deal for 50 grand, but I didn't realize that the back add-on was completely terribly done wrong and incorrect. So we literally tore that down all the way, rebuilt it from foundation up, and the rest of the house, it was the old school plaster. I probably could have just dealt with it, but the contractor I use is really particular and anciently slow. I don't know if that makes sense, but he's super slow, and it just took way longer than it ever should have. So nevertheless, we ended up stripping it down mostly to the studs, and I mean, the finished product looks amazing. So he is the best contractor I've ever used. He's literally 3 times more than I've ever spent on any contractor, and he's probably at least 3 times slower. So that's a bad combination. 3 times more and 3 times slower means 6 times more expensive, I guess. So yeah, I spent $148 or so out of pocket so far. Actually, that's not even right. I spent $148 this year. I spent about $20,000 on it in 2021. So I think I'm in it for $168 plus the $101, $103 after closing. So there you go. I'm in it for actually $170-ish, I think, or $270. But either way, I have a local bank willing to do a refi. So he's going to come by Friday and just check it out, just to see what all I've done. And who knows where the appraisal will come in, because the way the refis work, at least with this bank, they'll give me 80% of the value. So if he values it, at 250, I can't do that math in my head, but 250, 10% of that's 25, so 50 grand would be 20%. So yeah, so if he valued it at 250, I would get 200 loan, right? Which means I could pay the 103 or a 101 loan back, and I would pocket about 100, which isn't everything. The goal in this business, when you do the BRRRR strategy, buy, rehab, rent, refi, and repeat, the whole goal in doing the BRRRR strategy is to get all of your money back, or have very little in the deal if possible. It's very rare that I ever have any money left in a deal. In fact, I don't know that I just refied one earlier this week, and I've got money left in that deal because it's one of those other deals. Market change, stuck with the flip. Now it's a rental instead. Nevertheless, getting 100 of my money back is better than none of it. At least that's more money I can put to work, and I can pay my lender off too, because I sure don't want to roll it over again. I've already extended 6 months, so that's the goal. Hopefully by this weekend he'll be able to do the appraisal and then get the refi situated, hopefully about a week later, and worst case scenario close by the end of November, and then start renting it out. So the goal is to get it, because it'll be done by tomorrow, within the next day. I'll finish the backyard. I'm doing it myself. I drove down to Oklahoma City because it seems like the only way I could get these contractors to do work is if I'm here pushing them. So I showed up and got to crack the whip, make sure they're doing their job and not cut corners. So I definitely found some things that they didn't do right or that they skipped over. So made them do it right. I wanted to be here for the finish line, right? So they do have to come back tomorrow to fix a little, blue tape stuff, just touch-ups and little odds and ends. And then early Friday, so I'm getting professional cleaning day after tomorrow, and then professional pictures Friday morning. So I hope to get it rented for Thanksgiving weekend. That's my goal, and I think I will. It's in a good area where everybody wants to be. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath house, really nice, 2022 standards. It's got all the fun things for kids, so I think it'll turn out good. So the moral of the story is, yes, I am in it for more than it's worth at this point, but I'm not going to lose money because I'm keeping it. So I'm actually going to make money. I'm not getting all my money back on the refi, but I'll make more, in the long run. Obviously, Airbnb, you make more than a rental, because I could probably rent this for, $1,700 a month. And by the time I put a mortgage on it, it's probably going to be around that price as well. So that's not really worth doing a traditional rent in this scenario. I might be able to push the rents to close to $2,000 maybe, but nevertheless, it's not a great cash flow property at this point, unless that Airbnb. And Airbnb was the goal all along, since I do a lot of business in Oklahoma. I have a lot of family in Oklahoma. So it gives me a place to stay when I'm in town, as opposed to having to do, hotels and things like that every time. So I actually stay with my son a couple times as well, but it'd be nice to have my own place that I can utilize when I'm here, and hopefully make a few $1,000s per month in the meantime. So I'll let y'all know how that is, but I'll do a full video of this entire property and break down the real numbers after I refi, but then give you the entire before and after pictures and videos, because it's a huge transformation. I mean, giant. I'm talking like, this was probably one of the worst houses as far as design and layout goes, and now it's fully functioning. Great house for any family that would want to stay in Oklahoma City, would love to stay here. So anyways, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you listening to me. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think I'm doing the right thing? Obviously, I don't want to lose money. I refuse to lose. Never lost on a deal, and I'm not going to lose on this one. So just got to keep it for the long haul, and that's the goal anyways, right? So anyways, thanks a lot. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time.